Is it really worth it? Well, it depends. What are we talking about here? You're a viewer, clicked on this video because you decided that something may not be worth it. Could it be a special someone? Could it be a goal? Could it be this milestone in your life or achievement? What kind of achievement is it? Let's talk about it, okay? So here's the thing. When is something not worth it? Short answer would be if it takes more from you than it would give you. Long answer would be, well, what is being exchanged here? If it's a dream where you have to let go of gaming, of the unnecessary things, of the unhealthy things in order to become the healthiest person ever, then yeah, continue that goal. But say if you want to pursue this girl, but then you're doing it in exchange for all of your best friends, all of your friend groups, because this girl is far away, then you'll have to reconsider, really. Maybe she's the one and she'll be harder to get than usual. But you also have to realize that maybe she's not the one and you're wasting your life for this person. So you'll have to choose what is more important. Let's give an example, okay? So, remember, we are all people. People go to school, people learn. And so, when do you realize that maybe overwork is too much? Maybe it doesn't really help in the long term. It's this small, minuscule project, this small video project. And then, me being the perfectionist, I then decide to spend and waste 8 hours of my time doing this 3-minute video skit for this subject, for this language subject. Did I get a higher grade? Of course, duh. But did it really put a dent to my overall year score? Um, no, it did not. Turns out it's the exams that matter. Really, it's the exams. It's not the exams, then it's recitations or participation. That's it. Okay, the dog is a bit noisy. I'm sorry for that. But let's continue. So, what do you really want to pursue? What do you really want to achieve? And what are the measures you're going to take to achieve them? Because will it be worth it in the end? Now, that is the question. So, in the end, you'll always have to think about the consequences of your actions. Take, for this example, a video, a YouTube video. You're watching at the start and you feel like you're learning something from it, but it's 2 hours long. Will it really make sense for you to finish it? It depends. But if it's a video about, say, a specific game, a story about a game, is it really worth it to not do anything other than watch the whole video, the whole 2 hour thing? No, it's not. Take it from me. I love playing. Okay, I love playing. But is it really worth it take to take on a deep dive about Dark Souls and how the game design changed the history of pinatas? Yes, yeah. It does not. It's not worth it. Okay, and what we have there is something of a classic. By classic, I mean when you're watching this thing or when you've put time or effort into something, is it really worth it to continue? It'll be harder as you progress more and more into this specific thing. That's what we call the sunk cost fallacy. Are you really willing to put your time into something? It gets blurry. Okay, it gets really blurry because you'll think, okay, I spent this X amount of time on this thing or this person. Would it be wise to just hold back, to let go? At that moment, it won't. One more example, okay? This is a more intimate and personal example. If you remember, and if you watch my other videos, please watch them. I made a video about this one girl who I did not really have a relationship with, but was kind of being one, and it's not the good kind. And I really put my hours and time into talking to her, into knowing her, and she may have done the same, but doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because in the end, we we separated. Am I sad about it? No. Do I regret spending all that time on her? Kinda. Yeah, really. It kinda sucks. Was she a good person to spend time with? Yeah, but to spend all those months trying and thinking of the best things to say to her, the best words to make her like me more, did it really turn out to be us in the end? No, it did not. It just wasted my time. So, if you're really trying to put effort into something, remember to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Because maybe it won't. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's for someone else. Or maybe you can simplify. What do I mean by simplify? Instead of trying to create these things every time, always, maybe the best route for you is to automate. What do I mean by that? Automation. So, automation is this type of work method or business method where you can leverage your time for other tasks by using systems to make other tasks easier, to do other tasks for you. A crude example of this would be AI and making AI do your homework for you. A smart thing would be to, a smart example rather, a smart example would be to hire someone to do the work for you. Teach them or educate them in the advanced systems. When you educate them, they will do it for you. You pay them, of course, it's not labor, okay? And then that works out for you because automation makes your life easier in the long run. The lapses in quality may differ because in the end, you get to decide the quality of the work you put into. But are you really going to waste your time doing the same thing over and over again? You'll have to think about that. Another thing about simplifying automation is the fact that it can be applied in everything, in businesses and in jobs, in creating systems to automate. So automation to create automated systems, or maybe somewhere in the lines of simplifying. So when we say simplify, um, we put it to use. We put technology to use to make things easier, not necessarily automate them, but to make the task easier. Like when you want to read a book, would you spend an hour of reading a chapter, or would you want to spend an hour simply listening to a podcast about it? You'll choose the latter, right? Of course, definitely. So you'll have to decide. Oh shoot! I wasted that row. Anyway, so you'll have to decide. Really, that was a misclick, by the way. That wasn't a low elo move. Don't worry. You'll have to decide whether or not you'll want to make your life easier, because reading a book is enjoyable and it depends on the book, but the point is you you have the chance, you have the choice to make things easier for you. And if you're willing to let go of your pride or some other thing, of some other construct, then that's how you'll be able to make your job easier. So going back to the main topic, just before we end, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to tire yourself over and over some things that aren't really worth it? Is it worth it to spend your time with some people who won't make your life better, who won't add value to it? Is it really worth it to create these things that after research, after a lot of time, won't really work out? No, it won't. Except if luck comes into play and you really are going to make something out of it, like a business. But in reality, most things are not businesses. It's life. With all that said, thank you for watching. If you enjoy this specific type of video with all these experiments and all these test subjects, test attempts, then drop a follow and like the video. See ya.